and everyone went ballistic. Oh, how dare you? How could you? It's too soon. Oh, that's so bad. No. What am I going to do? Pretend I don't know the guy? Pretend I didn't vote for the guy? I did, and I still support him, and I'm totally proud of that. So many people in the swamp and so many people in so-called conservative media are distancing themselves from Donald Trump. And that's terrible, because if you do that, you buy into the liberal fake news narrative that he did something wrong last week. He did not. Certainly didn't do anything impeachable. More on that in just a little bit. But what the conservative media have done to him, in big ways and small, they've been sticking it to Donald Trump for a long time now. But perhaps the worst thing that was done to him came on election night from our friends at Fox News.
The Fox News decision desk is calling Arizona for Joe Biden. That is a big get for the Biden campaign.
And it was a big, big mistake. I'm not a pollster, I'm not a statistician, but I know enough about the numbers to know that that was a way, way, way premature call. No offense to Bret Baier, he's not a pollster either. Look, we have rattled Fox News's cage because of our performance and their mistakes. They're noticing, and so are you. And we thank you for coming over to NEWSMAX. Here's a little extra about how we're getting under their skin right now. Even the fake news is writing about it. Vanity Fair magazine put it this way: Fox News is facing ratings battles on multiple fronts as the Biden era nears. That part is depressing, but this part is kind of cool. Let's go ahead and take it full, please. I think it scared them to their core when Greg Kelly beat Martha in the key demo, a current Fox staffer told the Daily Beast. All right, does it seem like I'm bragging? Well, look, I actually learned that from Donald Trump. He told me once, Greg, you got to toot your own horn every now and then. You're not that good at tooting your own horn. And he also told me that you have to tell your story, or else somebody else will tell it for you, and they won't tell it the way you like or the way that's accurate. Kind of interesting. So, enough with Fox News. We know they're on the run. Now we have our sights set on MSNBC, and they're seeing something of a bump now that looks like Biden's going to be the next president, yes, on January 20th. But there are lots of reasons to not watch MSNBC. We're going to go through that, and I ask your friends out there to let them know what we're doing. We're on to something here. We're doing something interesting. We're doing something, quite frankly, brave. All right, back to MSNBC. Watch this.
I wonder if you have thought through kind of how Republicans begin what someone on my team earlier today called de-Bathification of the Republican Party.
Wow, de-Bathification. What she's getting at, what she's comparing us to is Iraq. Saddam Hussein, he ran something called the Ba'ath Party. After coalition forces got rid of him, America was basically in charge for a while of building that country back up. And through some very, very stupid people, they made the decision that anybody who was affiliated with a Ba'ath Party could essentially have no future in Iraq. That decision gave rise to the insurgency over there. It was a terrible, terrible decision. I should know. I spent just about a year in Iraq watching all of this stuff from the invasion onward. And now Republicans are actually doing something, or at least considering doing something similar, taking a big step back from Donald Trump. The liberal media, they're all in on trying to cancel those who worked for Donald Trump, or maybe even just voted for Donald Trump and were vocal in their support of Donald Trump. This is scary stuff. And this kind of talk actually should be canceled. It's pretty wild coming from MSNBC, though. Joy Reid, who's on TV right now at this moment, one of the reasons why I'm highlighting this, I want you to tell your friends to watch our show and not her show. She has said some horrible, horrible things about Jewish people, about people who happen to be gay. She's written about it. But that's okay, you see, because she still leans left and she still supports Joe Biden. If you do that, they let you do all kinds of other things, and it's pretty terrible. All right, so what do? They impeached Donald Trump. Again, New York Times banner headline, like this is some sort of historic deal. Actually, it's not anymore. We're kind of accustomed to it, and we know it's a joke. We know it's a joke. We saw the evidence against Donald Trump. It wasn't evidence. It was evidence of his innocence, but they did it again. Isn't it wild that lawmakers, Nancy Pelosi, that she actually takes a paycheck, that she actually gets paid, and her friends for these kinds of publicity stunts? I mean, when there's so much to get done in America, for them to do this. And by the way, she's having her own kind of fun. See the outfit she's wearing? It's her impeachment dress. And the fake news, actually, I'm sorry, New York Post is not fake news. But they noticed that, yeah, she likes to wear the same clothes for the same occasion. Isn't that ridiculous? Because impeachment has become a joke. It doesn't mean anything anymore. At one point in this country, it was serious. Richard Nixon actually resigned before they could impeach him. It was that serious back in 1974. Now it's something they do if they don't like you. Because, let's face it, as bad as last week was, and it was terrible, the rioting on Capitol Hill, the damage, the deaths, this is inexcusable. Those responsible must be punished. And it was heartbreaking for all of us. Let's put it in perspective, though. There are people on the left who are likening what happened on Wednesday to what happened to this country on September 11th, 2001.
January 6th, 2021 will forever be the date that armed Trump supporters pulled off something Al-Qaeda couldn't on September 11th, 2001, an attack on the Capitol.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Paris, and I have an important question for anyone with arthritis. Which one of these?
Others are making a direct comparison to September 11, 2001 as well. And as horrible as what happened last week was, on September 11, 2001, 4 planes were hijacked and crashed into the Pentagon, to that field in Pennsylvania, and the World Trade Center. We lost nearly 3,000 people. I was there. I was there on 9/11, and the comparison obviously is offensive and ridiculous. Why are the media so invested in getting rid of Donald Trump? Have you thought about that? I mean, we know they just don't like his politics and all that stuff, but a lot of it actually goes back to 2015 and 2016. We all know how wrong they got it. Would you like a little reminder?
Donald Trump has virtually no chance to win.
Trump has no chance of winning this election.
Donald Trump has no chance of winning the White House. There's no chance of Donald Trump winning.
Unless Donald Trump changes, there's no chance he wins.
Is there any chance Donald Trump, any reasonable, plausible chance he can win the presidency in this election?
No.
No.
Not right now, no.
They were all humiliated on election night. I mean, really, really humiliated. If all of these people with their fancy desks and the graphics and all that stuff got it wrong, so fundamentally wrong, what do we need them for? So they really set out, I believe, to help sabotage him during his administration, so finally they could be right when they said all this stuff again.
Donald Trump doesn't have a chance of winning.
Trump cannot win re-election.
There is no chance Trump will win a second term in office.
Trump knows he's not foolish in this way. He knows he can't win.
He can't win with those numbers.
So do you think these folks were actually going to give a damn when it came to election irregularities, election fraud? No, because they've been invested in Donald Trump's defeat ever since 2015, okay? He never had a chance with these people. They just want to get back to how it used to be. Conventional politicians who curry favor with them and then cash in at the right time. People like Barack Obama, Speaker Paul Ryan, who's now raking it in, and yes, Joe Biden. Joe Biden. That's the pinnacle. These guys are the pinnacle for the swamp. And here's an example of an up-and-comer in the swamp, young Congressman Adam Kinzinger, Republican of Illinois.
The president doesn't want to admit defeat, and nobody would. But he's currently trying to discredit the election results through falsehoods and conspiracies. As someone entrusted to lead, I have a choice. I can be quiet, and I can survive by taking the easy path, or I can speak up and lead without concern for the consequences.
What a hero, huh? Just ask him. Adam Kinzinger is now the darling of the swamp. You'll see him on all the Sunday shows. You'll see him again on Colbert. Why would you ever put a congressman on a comedy show at night? I mean, look, this is what these folks want. They are motivated by fame and money. Adam went to Congress when he was 34, 35 years old. Look, it's biology. He's got to think about his family. He's got to think about his future. Can he really put the country completely and totally first? I'm not sure. That's one of the things I really liked about Donald Trump. They made this point in the Republican National Convention, and there's a lot to this. Watch.
He didn't do it for money or power or fame. He had all that.
Did you know you can create an endless water supply using only the air around you? Well, you
He had all that stuff that others go to Washington, D.C. to get for themselves. He already had his fortune. They go there to make their fortune and to make their name. Donald Trump, in some ways, is naive, in a good way. He campaigned in 2015 and 2016 originally on ideas, and he sold those ideas to the American people. He went out there and made the case. Then he got to Washington, D.C. Guess what? The swamp, they weren't down with just helping people. It is a business down there, a business of making money for themselves. They're so caught up in that stuff, the lobbying, the deal-making, the side deal-making. It's all really designed for them. Reminds me of my favorite movie, Rocky. You remember Rocky, of course. I want to show you a scene. Rocky has just knocked down Apollo Creed. He shocked the world. Here's what happens next.
Leading him back over to his corner. Rocky can hardly find his way. His hammer's come up. He's shutting down now.
Your nose is broke. How's it look? That's an improvement.
I want you to quit shucking and jiving. I want you to stick and move.
Go for the ribs. Don't let that bastard breathe.
The guy's great. He doesn't know it's a damn show. He thinks it's a damn fight. Finish this bum and let's go home.
Does that make sense? It's like Donald Trump. He actually thought people in the swamp, more of them, would have been there to help people. No, they're there to help themselves and to keep the swamp the swamp. Donald Trump, his motives were pure in all of this. They were pure. What is his legacy? We've been talking about it all week, and we'll be talking about it for a long time to come. And what is his future? More on that tomorrow. But how about this? No new wars. Peace, relative peace in the world. And let's start with North Korea. You know, before he took office, he had that one meeting with President Obama in the Oval Office, and Obama warned Donald Trump that North Korea could very likely go to war with the United States. Now, previous administrations totally blew it when it came to handling North Korea. He said, I'm going to do this myself. That totally horrified the swamp. Oh, no, no, no. Nope, he did it anyway. And he made an enemy a friend. Is there anything wrong with that? I think it was awesome, awesome. And history at the DMZ, the two of them, Donald Trump, I believe, walked into North Korean territory. It was astounding. And now tensions between us and North Korea, you don't hear about them anymore, do you? You don't hear about it. And I think that's one hell of an achievement.